Hey, it's Regina from Meet Travel Life. Today we are making peppermint bark. Let's go ahead and get started. Here are the items you're going to need to make this. Let's start out by crushing up our candy canes in a bag. Do both sides. Make sure you get them kind of small, but not like dust, like that. Let's go ahead and grab the chocolate bark and vegetable oil. We're going to add those two together so that the chocolate bark will take a little bit longer to set up. And we're going to microwave that in 30-second increments, stirring and checking each 30 seconds and stirring it up until it's nice and smooth. Once it's nice and smooth, we're going to go ahead and pour that out onto a baking sheet that is lined with parchment paper. I prefer a silicone mat because it's easier to pull up. Perfect. You can add in peppermint oil if you want, but you do not have to because you've got the peppermint bark. I just think this gives it a little bit more of a peppermint taste. So just a few drops of that. Make sure that it's edible. Go ahead and stir this. And once the peppermint oil is combined, then you can pour that out onto your baking sheet and spread it out and make sure that it is even. And once it's all spread out, you can give the baking sheet a light tunk. I call it a tunk. I tap it on the uh, counter so that it evens out and flattens out a little bit. Then you can grab your almond bark, the white almond bark, and melt that. You don't have to add oil to this one. You can if you need to, or microwave it and check it every 30 seconds. And then once it's smooth, go ahead and pour it out on top of your chocolate and swirl that in with a spatula. And once you've got it swirled to your liking, you can go ahead and take your peppermint bark and sprinkle that evenly all over the top of it. And if you find that you run out of candy canes that are all chopped up, you can smash a few more and get it all pressed in there. And then we're going to set that and let that cool. Once it's cooled, we can then begin to bag it up, and you can eat it if you're not going to be gifting it, or you can plate it if you're going to be serving it. And serve it out in portions that you want to gift it in. We have larger bags because we are doing family bags, but you could definitely do smaller bags of the bark and go ahead and make sure you break them into bite size or portion size pieces. Nothing too big, especially if you have little kids. You don't want them to have a big chunk of candy now, do you? Make sure that your hands are cool as well, and then go ahead and take a ribbon and tie a bow. I just put in a fancy knot and I use scissors to make it a curly ribbon. You do not need to use both types of chocolate. If you just wanted to use the white almond, you could just use that and put the peppermint on it, or you could just do the chocolate, whichever you prefer. I think it's fun to do it both ways, and it is so visually appealing to see it with two colors. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.